Okay, good morning, everybody. This is the first live test of my Drift Ghost SHD with a external mic mounted. Got my Carta Scala rider mounted so I can listen to some music on the way to work. And just wanted to share with you what it's like to commute in South Orange County, California. So I'll start this series by just taking my normal route to work. Through the side streets, trying to get onto the freeway in the safest manner possible. Want to get over to the carpool lane. The great thing about California is they let you ride in the carpool lane with a motorcycle. The trick is to get there safely, because one of the bad things about the carpool lanes in California is that they don't give you a heck of a lot of time to get from entrance and exit ramps into and out of carpool lanes. So it actually kind of creates a backup as people try to do it. Usually what I do is I get on at an exit earlier than I could, because I'd like to try to avoid Alicia Parkway. Because it has just got so much traffic, and then you're entering the freeway in an extremely busy area between La Paz and Lake Forest. It's quite backed up, and if you get on at Alicia, it's, in my opinion, kind of risky. So I like to get on at La Paz Road. If you're going early enough in the morning, during the school year, you miss the school traffic, and the rest of the year, during the summer, it's not that bad. Today I'm running a little bit late. I usually like to get on the road by about, well, before 6:30, because after 6:30 it makes a difference. Although today seems pretty light. So here we're on the northbound entrance ramp. You know, backup's not too bad. If I were on Alicia Parkway, it would be really backed up. But we'll go that way one of these days, just so people know what the difference is. I don't have a heck of a lot of time, but I can get over pretty easily because people are getting off into the Alicia exit. I'll be passing that guy later. This morning, there's not too much advantage in the carpool lane. The traffic seems light today. That must be vacation time for people. I'd say traffic's doing about 75 here, so that's pretty good. Typically this is very backed up, and I believe it's because you're on this hill and you can't really tell what's on the other side of the hill, so everybody slows down. You can see the regular traffic's got plenty of room, but people slowed down anyway. Carpool lane, yeah, it's got some traffic in it. People here can't figure out which lane they want to go in. Back up to 75. So my philosophy is, hey man, my philosophy is to stay in the carpool lane whenever possible, because it is safer. You're less chance of being somebody changing lanes into you. I like to do the speed limit on side streets, try to do the speed of traffic or slightly faster on the freeway. Going slightly faster than the speed of traffic gives you a little bit of control over the situation, prevents you from being the backup. My biggest fear is being rear-ended on the bike. And going slightly faster than the speed of traffic helps prevent that from happening, for people from backing up behind you, especially in the carpool lane. Sometimes you'll get people that just decide they're going to tailgate you at 75 miles an hour. So if I can be doing a little bit faster than the speed of traffic, eventually I'll approach somebody I can pass that's going slightly slower than I am. And that makes the guy that's tailgating go away. Or I'll change lanes, but the idea is just, be as safe as possible. That's the new Broadcom buildings that are going up over there. Off of Alton Parkway in Irvine. And this is the Spectrum up here on the right, where there used to be just 2 buildings, now there's 5, and building a new one. So here's where the carpool lane will start becoming an advantage. I think I need to adjust my rear shocks down. I got kind of a bumpy ride, and I think it's because a couple weekends ago, in preparation for a group ride at the Henshaw Lake, I increased the stiffness of the rear suspension, and it seems to give me a bumpy ride. Tonight I'll probably reduce the spring rate a little bit by taking out some of the pretension. But yeah, traffic's not bad today. It's pretty light, but now they're starting a new residential development, build some more apartments down there around, so you got office buildings and residential together. Oh, they took the wrap off the Tilly's building. They used to have some kind of a wrap on it with kind of an artistic sports figures on it. And it's gone this morning. That's the Kaiser Hospital in Irvine off of Sand Canyon. A little gusty. Good morning, man. Whoops, not really supposed to do that. I find that people in the carpool lane are, 99% of them are really good. Most of them will move over for you to make room for you, and I don't really like to lane split except in the carpool lane. Just because the handlebars you can see on the bike, the mirrors are the widest part of the bike, and there's just not enough room for lane splitting for me to be comfortable to do it. Carpool lane, not only do you have typically wider lanes, but you have usually the very wide shoulder and plenty of space between the doubles, so that if you have to swerve for any reason, you got some room to do it without hitting anybody. Hasn't been a need today. Today the traffic is moving in the regular travel lanes and also in the carpool lane, so hasn't been a need. We're probably going faster than I care to go. To me, at this point, my speed is governed by safety. And this is the point where I make a decision. If traffic's light, I'll get out of the carpool lane here, because it gives me a good mile and a half to start moving over. You got to be careful about the traffic on MacArthur Boulevard exiting, because it kind of backs up, and then entering it kind of backs up too. So this just gives me a little bit more time to pay attention to what's going on. Today there's, man, it makes me wonder if it's a holiday today that I'm not aware of. This traffic's pretty light. got to be careful on this exit from the 405 north to the 55 north, because they didn't maintain the, you can see I got fooled by it. The radius isn't the same through the whole turn. So halfway through the turn, it gets sharper and then opens up again. So I don't know if they did the surveying starting at either end and didn't quite get the radius right when they met in the middle, but I mean, you can take that curve pretty fast, but you gotta get out of you gotta use multiple lanes to do it. You gotta get out that left lane, and otherwise you'll end up in the grass over there. And a little bit of traffic here. Yeah, this is Dyer Road. Come on, you can do it. No, pedestrian. Had to touch down with the foot. Heading up Grand Avenue in Santa Ana now. We got off at Dyer Road, took a right on Grand. And into the parking lot, blinded by the light. All right, here we go. Going home for the day. actually a fairly nice day out, riding with the visor open at the moment. Before we get on the freeway, we will close the visor. Just kind of curious as to what the wind noise is like at the moment. Actually, a fairly nice day out today. But I can tell that allergy season has started. Hopefully I'm at a spot here between traffic. I have a theory that if you leave about 20 minutes after the hour and after the half hour, you're sort of between slug flow in the traffic flow. For people that want to leave on the even hour and half hour. Alright, here we go. Come on, you can do it. Come on, find the accelerator. And off we go. Yeehaw! There's a new Del Amo Motorsports, opened up a couple months ago. Unfortunately, they didn't have any bikes that I would like to buy. So. But this is why people, if you look on the other side of the freeway, why people dislike the 55. Is going out to the Inland Empire on the 55 in the afternoon is a nightmare, because the 91 is exactly the same. I suspect we got a lot of wind noise on the mic right now. Traffic seems awfully light again, like it did this morning. I think that people think I'm a cop or something. Now here's the traffic. So, you know, most people move over to the left like this person. But a lot of them, like the previous person, won't. Right now I've got my front tire between the two paint lines and it likes it there. I think the paint lines are on the edge of the ridge or something, so usually when I'm close to the ridge lines, the paint lines, the front end wants to wander a little bit. Yep, you can go. Guys being careful. You know, most people move over and give you some room. Some people just, I guess they're offended that they don't get to go around traffic like I do. Some people just don't want to do the speed limit when they could. He's giving me the room, and I think he's going to slow down, so I'll go past him. Wasn't sure what that was, but it turns out it's a couple leaves. I didn't see that. I'm not sure if that was plywood or a piece of cardboard. It was the same color as the pavement. Didn't see it till I was right on top of it. So this flyway apparently is scary for people. Because they usually will do 75 all the way up to the top, and then they slow down coming down for some reason. Thank you. So one guy was really courteous and one guy was an asshole. I think I'm about to hit reserve here. Starting to stumble a little bit. Well, there we got our power back. Okay, if you're not going to go, I will. Sleeping like that always worry me. Makes me wonder if I'm going to get creamed from behind. Oh, this has been freshly sealed. Might be a little slippery. Ah, there's no stop line here. Okay, everybody go. I think I'm gonna try some different gas. I've been filling up at Mobile. I'm gonna go back to Union there. Watch out. Come on, people, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Come on, people, go. Big boat. I guess it's not that big. Looked bigger from farther away. This is the part that I like about riding a motorcycle. It's about 1 gallon per trip to the office. So $15 a week, $60 a month. I'm going to reset my trip meter. So I get about 120 per gallon, per tank, before I hit reserve. And we got 53, can't read it because it's sun-baked, not quite 54,000 miles. And we'll see if we run any better with 76 gas. I don't know if it's summer blend or what. It's been running really good. So it may just be that it doesn't like the ethanol.